my gosh, the 5th one. We've completed the saga.
Full circle.
And we thought we had already completed the saga. And then we decided to, no.
Maybe we have not yet completed the saga.
Oh gosh.
Indiana
Jones 6? 9-year-old?
Come on, yeah, one more in
With a walker?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Dig It with Raven. We have Jude one last time. Yes, it is hot in Hong Kong, but we are gonna still push through and watch this film.
Yes, we have an aircon.
Yeah. We are watching Indiana Jones 5, the newest one, the final one, the Dial of Destiny. And I think this is definitely like, this might be my 3rd favorite one. Like,
It's,
yeah.
as well, actually. It's in the top 3.
Yeah, 100%.
I really enjoyed it.
It was simple, it was pure, unadulterated.
And there were accuracies.
Accuracies and fun artifacts.
Was it a good time for you?
Was it?
It was a good time for me.
You gotta let me know. You gotta need the feedback loop.
It was a good time for you. It was a good time for me.
Let's go and watch the film, shall we? All right, here we go. We actually made a feast for this one. We did it proper. So in true New York fashion, and for Italy as well, we have pizza.
We didn't make it.
We didn't make pizza. We have some tzatziki and some meze for Greece.
And bread.
And bread. And for Italy, it's like, it's not an Aperol spritz, but we can pretend it is.
It's Prosecco. It's mimosa. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. We also have blue cheese.
Where's that from? Just for fun. Look at that CGI.
It's actually really good.
They did a very decent job.
Number 1, the Spear of Destiny. The Lance of Longinus. The Holy Lance. What an iconic thing for good and bad people.
Yes.
The lance was known as the spear that pierced Jesus's side, open a wound when he was on the cross. Unfortunately, Hitler also liked it. Hitler was obsessed with the lance. He encountered it first encountered it in the Hofburg Palace Museum in the early 1900s, and from that point on, he was like, "This is
my thing.
This is my thing.
My
this
obsession.
is my forever thing."
My Roman Empire, as the youth. The youth say
it was
today.
his Roman Empire.
Yeah.
The Holy Lance. Literally, he took it so seriously until the end of his life. There are at least 3 supposed relics of the Holy Lance. The Vatican doesn't claim any are authentic, but they're there.
They're there.
Yeah. So there's one in the Vatican in Rome. There's one in Vienna. And there's one in Armenia. There's a lot of holy lances.
A lot of lance.
A lot of lances. So it makes sense that Jürgen Vollard,
Mads Mikkelsen,
would have brought it to Hitler because of the obsession.
Yeah, Hitler really wanted it. So, yeah.
So well done. Historical accuracy to a degree.
You did that without looking.
That was so good. That was a good one.
So Hitler kind of like got to know this Austrian philosopher while he was there, and they often talked about the lance. And at one point they were like looking at it in its case, and he said that he had a vision of his powerful future, which, like, you know, man knows how to manifest. That's all I gotta say. So he was like absolutely obsessed with this thing. And then when he annexed Austria in 1938, he took the lance from the Hofburg Museum and then shipped it off back to Germany, because that's just like the one object that he wanted with all of his like being. And then also, very fun fact, on April 30th, 1945, which is tomorrow when we're filming this, so it's quite auspicious, the lance was recovered by the Allies 2 hours before Hitler's death. So, coinkydink? Probably, yeah. So, imagine if we didn't find and retrieve the lance of Longinus before that.
This lance is a big deal.
Big deal, you guys. So good job, Indy 5, for doing that.
That was a cool little snippet into actual history.
Yeah.
Unless you explain why your accomplice had this.
How did he know the lance was going to be there before Mads Mikkelsen knew the lance was going to be there? I don't know.
Ich habe sie mir noch mal angesehen. Ich weiß, ich bin ausgebildeter Physiker. Die Lanze, Herr Oberst.
It's a fake.
How does he know that with his physics background? That's chemistry.
Yeah. The engravings are recent. There's a lot of things that you know
Bruh.
seem to know.
Es gibt ein weiteres Relikt. Eins mit wirklicher Kraft.
Wovon reden Sie?
Die Antikythera.
In 1902, Greek sponge divers found a wrecked Roman warship huge off the coast of Greece. Below deck, sealed in wax, was a clock-like mechanism, finely tooled, purpose unknown. Nothing approximating its complexity appears in the world for 1,000 years.
Oh my god. They used the Antikythera mechanism, or Antikythera, however Phoebe, what's her name, says it. Anyways, when I saw this the first time and it came out, I don't know about you, I got so excited.
I got excited. It reminded me of my undergrad
Yeah.
and learning.
Got a little amped because every other thing that they've done in an Indiana Jones film, apart from the Crystal Skull, even though they're all new, have been like, you know, mythical ones that no one's actually like ever found, like the Holy Grail,
The Crystal Skull.
the Crystal Skull, not
Isn't
real
at all.
The like Ark of the Covenant, like these are just very biblical, fantastical things.
Like they're technically artifacts, but they're not real.
No, you can't go see them in a museum either. When they said the Antikythera mechanism, I got too excited because I've seen it. I've seen it with my eyes, and it exists, but not in the way that they like to describe it, unfortunately. So let's get into it a little bit, just because I have a full-length, longer video on my page already. You can just click the link in the description to really get into the meat and potatoes of it, because it is a very complicated thing. Very quickly, just keeping it to the movie facts, was not made by Archimedes. No one's ever called it Archimedes' dial. That's a big one. It was never on a Roman centurion ship. It was on a cargo ship that dates to 60 BCE. But the mechanism itself dates to much earlier, but just actually around just after Archimedes died. So there's actually no possibility that he could have actually made it. Like, well, we don't have like dates that it was made, but we have calibration dates. And those are to when he had already been dead for a couple years at least. Also, it was never covered in wax. I don't know what that...
Why?
Covered in wax to protect the metal? Like,
It's not an aged cheese.
no, it's not going to protect it from salt water, especially the way that they claim it came out of the sea after 2,000 years. It would not look like that. This is what it actually looks like. That's what salt water does to metal after thousands of years. Like, it's really
Even
bad.
very quickly.
Very quickly. And it was discovered about just over 100 years ago in like 1900. And they didn't actually know what it was. They almost threw it away because the rest of the cargo ship had like beautiful statues and pottery. It was amazing. And it was the very first ever underwater archaeological dig. So it's extra special.
So cool.
And eventually they figured out what it was. Like, they started taking it apart. They've done really amazing studies on it. And what it actually, they think it is, was the world's first analog computer. So just like a watch. And what it was supposed to do was sort of calibrate dates and where the moon and planets were going to be on specific, you know, holidays and things like that. And it's just really fascinating. It's so cool. Like, this is before clocks were invented, and like they had these such precise gear technologies that we didn't even know about. And it just blows your mind to think like all the technology that people used to have that we just don't know about, because this is metal. It's a miracle that thing survived, because normally bronze was melted down and reused. So that's why none of the other ones exist, which is really cool, because it wasn't going to be, obviously it's not the only one of its kind to ever exist, but it's the only one we have. And if we didn't find it, we would have never known. Archaeology. Imagine what we don't know.
I was gonna say that. So like, imagine what else there is out there.
We don't know.
In the ocean.
Especially in the ocean.
Yeah,
Or like
the
in
ocean's cool.
in the tundra.
Yeah.
In the rainforest. God, there's still so much to find.
To know archaeology still lives.
There is a little bit of a link to Archimedes, which I think is what the movie people, I don't really know who's in charge, but the movie people kind of pushed, which was in Cicero, the Roman writer, actually did discuss Archimedes and say that he made these celestial globes. And this is essentially what we think he's equating to with the Antikythera mechanism. So possibly it could have actually been that Archimedes invented something like this or something similar, made one, and then maybe a student made a different one, something like that, because they would have been very fine, rare pieces. Archimedes could have been the guy to do that, but we will never know. We'll never know.
Unfortunately, we cannot go into the past,
Like
figure it out. If we did, I also would stay. Would you?
I don't know.
I would. Actually, well, it depends.
Yeah, it depends on where and when.
Guess I'm about to die. I don't know. I might. I feel like I can't. If I go back to the future, I wouldn't be able to. Like, I just would be like, I could have I wouldn't be able to study what I do anymore. I just feel like I could have known.
You could have known, but then like, what could you have done with the knowledge?
Nothing. Just it's the satisfaction.
Just
it's
living
the
there,
passion.
Just knowing. I know. That's what I think speaks to all of us with this film. It's just like, yeah,
It's just a cool take. It's like it satisfies, I think, archaeologists because of what that would actually mean. We know what that means, and then being like, I don't want to. I want to stay.
I've studied this my whole life. I think like if more than a person could stay, like if you and I could go back and just hang, just for some like familiarity.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
culture shock. Imagine the culture shock.
Literally a culture that doesn't exist.
So much we don't know, which means that we think we know what would happen, and then we'll be living it, and we might not enjoy it. But that's we wouldn't know until we know.
Don't know what you don't know.
I feel like you would be India in this situation, and I would be Basil.
Really need to remember is that Assyrian ceramics of this period are characterized by this complex blue line pattern.
Yeah, she's gonna pause. Oh, it's on the back. Carthaginian. Is it Carthaginian?
Array.
I'm going up. Arrow?
Army. Something. Roman Republic. Something. 256 BC, Romans landed something abscess, victory at something, capture. 255 BC, Xanthippus from Carthage, Romans defeat something, Roman something, abscess, then leave. Underline.
So we have Roman stuff on the board, but we're talking about early Assyrian pottery.
Yes.
What's on that side?
Second Punic War, 218 BC, territory, something Iberia, something, let's see, Hannibal, 219 BC.
Oh.
In 213 BC, Roman forces led by Marcellus laid siege to the city of Syracuse.
Indie lecture. It's unique
It's a
as
fun
usual,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the main point is why jump from Assyrian ceramics way back when?
Yeah.
When? Way back when?
Okay.
Way back when? To the Battle of Syracuse, which is way forward.
Forward when?
Forward when? From here to here, there is no connection, is the point. Why do that? So, Indy's jumping around. On top of that, in the last how many years of movies talking about Neolithic stuff in his lectures. We don't know what he was lecturing on really, but But now he's talking about Assyrian ceramics at that, not just Assyrian history, ceramics, and then the Battle of Syracuse for some reason.
I don't know how they're connected.
Somehow.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
No.
We have to go to a lecture to find out.
Maybe. Yeah, because he does Turkdene Barrow in Raiders, Neolithic, European, Scarbray, Neolithic, European, and then he goes to Assyrian ceramics. What is his special? I don't know what his specialty is. I don't know if there's like some lore somewhere online that actually says like what he got his degree in.
That's a good. I want to find that out.
We should find that out.
Yeah. What did he do his thesis on?
What is his dissertation? Because then he goes and speaks Quechua and ancient Greek.
It could be different. I mean, that doesn't necessarily influence what he might be teaching on, but like,
no.
What exactly, like, is it material? Like, does he work with ceramics? Does he work with metals? Does he, like, what is he?
Yeah, and like, what is this final where he's like, there's Assyrian ceramics, and then we're going to talk about the Battle of Syracuse.
Connection made.
But you got it.
Amongst the defenders of the city was its most famous resident, who was
Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Famous man alert, Archimedes.
Hey.
Woo woo. He's probably someone you really would hate if you didn't like math class, so you can blame a lot of stuff that you've had to do in math on him, such as figuring out the volume of a sphere. I don't remember how to do that.
I'm not a math person.
No, but that's who he was. He's pretty much like the most famous ancient mathematician / inventor of the entire ancient world. He also came up with the Archimedes principle, which is all about that water displacement, which they do get in the movie. He also invented something called the Archimedes screw, which sort of brings water up through a screw, and it's a technology that we still use today. So thank you, Archimedes, for letting us screw water up to new heights. To free the world. He's also the guy that we credit with, really shouting and making Eureka famous, because he was getting in the bath, and that's when he figured out the water displacement after he had been taxed with figuring out the difference of gold and silver within a crown. So that's, a fun little story. Whenever you say Eureka, also back to Archimedes. He was born in Syracuse in 287 BCE. He did live for some time in Egypt and Alexandria, but he ended up dying in Syracuse. And he's also very, well commended for his participation and his contributions to the Battle of Syracuse in 214 BCE. He supposedly created these amazing inventions that were like anti-siege weapons. So he had like a claw on a thing, and it would grab the ship from below the walls and either sink it, or you could pick it up and smash it into another boat. So that's pretty cool. They also say that he invented something called heat rays, which were using really shiny mirrors and bits of metal to focus the sun's rays onto ships and burst them into flames. That is not as well accepted as the siege hook things. So we don't actually know if those existed. They probably didn't. But, he was a cool guy, and he did actually end up dying in the Battle of Syracuse.
And a final triumph. Indiana Jones, out with a bang, back in the saddle.
I want to know all the background, fame he had.
Yeah.
He's pretty successful for an academic, and also he lost everything that he found, according to everything that we've seen.
Yeah. And broke a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Probably caused some international incidents.
He's never had proof.
Guys, I swear I found it.
Yeah. Actually, the collection room in Ontario for Parks Canada looked a lot like this.
Wow.
It was actually, now that I see it, I'm oh yeah. But
Right.
then there was a lot of stuff on the ground, so there was a massive mammoth skull tusk.
There's always something on the ground because it doesn't fit on a shelf.
No, that did not fit on the shelf.
We got drawers, we got cages, we got shelves. It's the whole works. They did a good job.
Yeah, it literally was like that.
Yeah. Files.
Yeah. The old museum, university collection storage room is actually not far off.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty accurate depending on where you're going. Obviously, everyone has their own system, but generally, shelves on shelves of stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Naturally, now things are being rehoused, and also we do things like temperature and humidity control depending on what you have. So things have changed since then a little bit, but generally the order is there. It might be a little bit neater nowadays, but
a little bit all over the place.
Yes. But we also have more stuff, and collection storage problems are a big problem still to this day anyways, so you never know. Again, it depends on where you go, but obviously everything has an object registration, everything has a system, a location, so that you can find everything quite easily.
Yeah.
Typically.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world.
Yeah.
And in maybe a very wealthy institution.
Yes, and even then, there's still just a lot of backlog because they have so much stuff that they don't realize it, which maybe is a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, that's how it looks pretty accurate. If you're in an older museum and they haven't had the funds to upgrade that, or even just they were in the 60s, 70s, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah.
Your father thought this thing could predict fissures in time.
Whoa.
What?
That's wild.
I've never heard an archaeologist say that they think something can predict fissures in time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a dream. It's just That's so bad.
But why? Don't. Like, good thing he's retiring.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
Remember
fired.
what work all of those grad students did? You need to get some more.
Man's gonna be fired so fast.
Yeah.
This is the guy! It's the killer!
Sala!
His timing is impeccable.
I love him so much.
What? It's too big. It's too much. Hey! There!
Out of the two of us, who would be most likely to become the crazed archaeologist?
You. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Damn it.
I don't need morality lessons from an aging grave robber.
I'm not a grave robber.
He's so close to all these archaeologists apparently. You're probably not doing important work. When?
Yeah. What are your publications, man?
Ask her if she knows what language it's in.
Ah, it isn't in a language, it's in a code.
What code?
Archimedes used two codes, linear B and Polybius square.
Good God. Linear B is not a code, it is a language. Well, it is a written script. It was the writing system for the Greek Mycenaeans of the Bronze Age, for Mycenaean Greek, between 1500 and 1200 BCE. It's not a code to decipher, although it did take a while for them to
Yes.
figure it out.
So like that's like any ancient language is
Exactly,
technically a
yeah.
code until you crack the code, but
Yeah.
it's not a
cipher.
it's not a cipher.
Yeah. So, I mean, same thing with hieroglyphs and
Yeah. Cuneiform.
cuneiform. It's
Mayan.
all, yeah.
Yeah.
We've gotten some guidance from things like the Rosetta Stone for some languages, making cracking them easier, but then some not so much. So we have to do a lot more work. It's a collection of phonetic signs for consonants and vowels, some pictographs,
It's a bunch of different stuff.
and numbers.
It's a fun mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's numbers and all that
Yeah.
stuff in it.
Is what makes it a bit more difficult to crack. It was deciphered by Michael Ventris in 1952, and it was a big deal because it helped uncover a lot more about Mycenaean culture, a culture that up until that point we knew things about, but it really kind of unloaded
Oh yeah.
more information from us. So it's very cool. It's a really cool script,
Yeah.
and highly recommend checking it out.
But it's not a code.
It's not a code.
What language is that? It's not a language. It's a code. Polybius.
But do you know what is a code? Or a cipher? Polybius. They got half of it right. We'll take that. The Polybius cipher, if you can guess, was invented by a Greek philosopher named Polybius in the 2nd century BCE. Polybius is not most well known for the cipher. He's actually most well known for his writings on the rise of the Roman Republic. So very different things. So, you know, he's multi-talented. Polybius, when he was inventing it, described the cipher as a method for communicating with people you trusted in a very secretive way. So, like, I would Polybius you.
Polybius, you too.
Oh, thanks.
It's like Pig Latin.
It is a very simple cipher, but it did become quite popular in the ancient world. The cipher itself is a very simple substitution cipher, and I'm going to try to explain it. Again, I'm not a math grid person, but it's a grid that is 5 by 5. So you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you put in 25 letters of the alphabet, not 26. You take one out. So you can take out anyone you want, but generally it was like J, V, W, or X. And obviously don't take the one out that you need in your cipher. Then what you do is you spell out your cipher using the number coordinates for each letter. So if you put A at the top, like you do put it in order. So A at the top is 1, 1 or 11. You know, B is 2, 1 or 2, 1, 2, depending on where it is. And then once the person that you give the note to knows your cipher, they're able to just decode it. So it is quite simple once you figure out the password.
But I guess it's that the letter that you choose to remove is what complicates it. So if you don't know which letter is removed, then the cipher is more difficult to crack.
Yeah, because then you don't know where the other letters are.
Yeah.
Because everything gets moved up one, if whatever one you move out. So that's how you crack a Polybius cipher, guys. There you go. Da Vinci Code's
I
over
was
here.
just about to say.
One mind.
Da Vinci Code.
He said that most of the ship had broken off and sunk to the ocean floor.
I know so much.
But it's not true. They didn't. Wasn't it true?
What if you could go back in time? What would you do?
Where would you go if you could go back in time?
It's hard. It's like very generic, but I think I was doing ancient Greece.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's the like original thing that I learned about. I could at least go back in time and like read things. Like I can read it, so it's not completely out of place.
Yeah.
And it would just be like interesting to see what I've like read and heard about so much. But then if not that, then I would want to go into like ancient Poland, just because it's very like there's not much like it's not much recorded at all. So it's like I know about it, but I don't really know. No one really knows. So it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But then I keep saying this again. I could also go. I could also go
It's so hard.
to like I would love to see South Africa like before, like
For your
hunter-gatherers.
research.
Yeah. Just to kind of know, but obviously that would be a very like a tricky one, because at least like in Greece or something you could blend it into like this ancient city. Then I also I love pirates, but I would be fucking terrified.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't decide where I would go if I could go to the past. I think it's a difficult one, you know? I keep thinking. I obviously want to know about my skulls. So Neolithic, pre-pottery Neolithic, B. I would do A and B to like see the transition, because that's obviously what I want to do.
That is cool. It's a good way of the transition.
To be honest, I would go back to like 1920s Egypt. Just to see all the like Egyptomania, Howard Carter.
That would be cool.
Bust of Nefertiti.
That's a whole other thing.
Whole other thing of like just witnessing that. Then again, you know who I also really love? Nero. I'd like to see, just to witness Nero, see if he was really like as crazy and like wild as I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to just like ancient philosophers. Just talk to them, just see if they're like those Buddhist children.
I would love to see like if they like how they actually lectured.
But imagine talking to Socrates and using his method on him. Like he's like, but what about this, devil's advocate thing, and like, well, what about this, Socrates? Well, what about this? And just keep asking, just be like, this is he's like, I created this method. Be like, but are you certain about that? Or has someone else created it before? He's completely fucked up.
You know what else I'd like to see?
What?
The Ishtar Gate.
Oh, yeah.
In its original, like all its glory.
Oh, just all of that.
Shark.
No sharks here. Eels. Eels?
They look like snakes.
No, they don't.
Is the state of the shipwreck. Because it would not look like that if it's a Roman shipwreck.
What would?
Do you think it would be that intact?
I don't know, I can't see it yet.
Look at it.
Like this?
Yeah. With like everything like that. I don't think it would be. It wouldn't be that intact. Like the Titanic is collapsed.
True,
like it wouldn't be 3-dimensional.
Sure.
Right.
We
Like,
see remnants, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I get it.
like the wood would not be that sturdy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be swimming under it.
Yeah.
If it was
It
that
would
sturdy.
be collapsing
Yeah.
a lot more.
There's an intact metal box.
No corals, nothing.
The man's still holding it. Like, come. Ah! Like, look at that box.
Yeah.
It's not. No.
So perfect.
Everything else is decrepit.
When I accidentally put my camera underwater, it rusted overnight.
Like, come on, guy.
And this is directions to his tomb.
The tomb of Archimedes.
Never read this before. How?
I feel like it's not how Polybius works either. Seeing it, the quick Google that I had to learn about Polybius.
She's not even like looking at it.
No.
The tomb of Archimedes. Never known. We don't know where it is. He was born and died in Syracuse, so the idea is that it is there. Cicero did say, apparently, in 75 BCE, that He did discover it, but it was so neglected by the Syracusians, brambles and weeds all covered, and then he cleaned it up, but then it was left to be lost and forgotten again, which sucks.
Poor Cicero. He really tried.
Yeah, really
He
tried.
was like, nah, sorry, we don't really care about it.
There are a lot of rumors as to where it is. Some people say it's under a hotel in Via de Grotticelle Necropolis
In Syracuse.
in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Just being fancy. Based off tourism, the people say that the tomb is in a Roman columbarium, burial chamber, but that was built years after his death, and likely not for his tomb, but that's just what the people say.
They gotta say something.
Yeah.
As a former tour guide, like I never lied on my tours, but you need to like story tell.
You say what the rumors say.
You say it's a
You say
rumor.
what the rumors say.
You embellish, you add, excitement.
It's not your fault. You say people say that is the tomb. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying what the people say.
You can choose to believe what you believe.
But I'm just saying that people say. But we never know. Still might find it. Cicero did give a description. There's a carved cylinder and a sphere on it to kind of commemorate the mathematics and the physics. So if you become an archaeologist one day, you find it and let me know, because I do dead people.
Yeah, she'll study the bones. Imagine
That would be amazing.
they just called Jude up. Hey, we found Archimedes.
Saying it here now. If you are the one, that find it, please call me.
Yeah.
I'll be there tomorrow.
At least take a picture of it first.
I mean, are they that prepared?
No one's ever gonna believe his publication.
I know. Like, how does he have a job? Like, it's not that easy to get a lecturing post, let alone professor.
Maybe you've been doing it all wrong.
I should be doing this.
Yeah.
This is solid gold?
Ancient gold from the Nile.
Okay, gold.
From the Nile. See, he's also a physicist.
Yeah.
Ancient gold from the Nile.
Nile. How do you know that so quick?
Search where Dionysius hears each whisper like a hurricane. The cave of Dionysius.
Wow.
I think for me, this was the coolest thing that I learned whilst researching this video. It's just something that I just never knew about, and it was really cool. It is the ear of Dionysius, the cave of Dionysius. It's a real thing. It is in Syracuse. Someone actually did their homework for this video, and it makes me so happy.
It's really cool.
Yeah. The ear of Dionysius is one of the artificial caves that was part of the Ladomia del Paradiso, and it's located in Syracuse, and they were used as quarries during the time of the ancient Greek colony. This is where they got all of the rocks and the stones to build all of the city's monuments, and you can visit it today in the Neapolis Archaeological Park in Syracuse. So you can go say, hey. Weird thing, I thought it was for the Greek god Dionysus.
I always think anything Dionysus is to do with the god of wine and festivity.
The best god.
Yeah, he's my favorite god.
Oh. I didn't actually know there was more, there was any person named Dionysus other than the god Dionysus. But here we are. He was a tyrant.
Fitting.
Yeah. And apparently he would use this cave as sort of like a prison for his enemies, and the acoustics in this cave, as you can see in the film, are so good that he would go into a little room on top of the cave, and he'd be able to hear all what his enemy prisoners were saying about him and conniving.
So clever.
Right? I like that.
So it was ancient bugging.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna imprison you in this cave so I can hear everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clever.
So clever.
Yeah. No one was safe even back then.
No. Dionysius was living in the 5th century BCE. So obviously the knowledge of this echoing and the acoustics was well known by the time Archimedes came around. The one thing that they didn't get right is the temple that they first show you when you're coming into the site of Neapolis is not in Syracuse. That is the temple of Segusta, and it's in Sicily, so they did that part right, but it's not anywhere near Syracuse. So however fast they ran from that temple to the ear, it just doesn't clock.
Is that our man? I always find it funny when they put like bugs on already decomposed remains. Like bugs don't really care anymore. Once it's skeletonized, like they're not often
just crawling around.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so true.
I rarely had a situation where I uncover and there's all these beetles and all. Especially that they choose the weirdest bugs too, like bugs that don't really care about like decomposing.
Clocks won't be invented for 1,000 years, much less watches.
But will they believe you? Nope. Because it's gonna go down.
Like, he should have learned by now to always take a camera with him.
Yeah.
History's greatest moment.
Well, how did he know about that piece?
So for them to travel through time, does it need to be a thunderstorm?
Yeah, maybe. Is that like grounds for a fissure?
Oh.
Eye of the storm? Is it are eyes of storms fissures in time?
Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you. You knew, so you knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know everything.
You do.
Continental drift! Archimedes didn't know about continental drift. He couldn't have. It hadn't been observed yet.
Regan, when was continental drift first observed?
The 20th century. Yeah.
Okay.
Reading Rainbow.
Ooh, the claw.
The claw.
This is the siege of Syracuse. 214 BC.
The Siege of Syracuse was a 2-year battle between 214 and 212 BCE that was fought as part of the Second Punic War, which was a series of 3 battles, 3 wars between Carthage and Rome. And thanks to Archimedes, the siege turned into more of a blockade instead of a siege. Unlike in the movie, whether you know this or not, the Romans weren't scared off by a Nazi plane.
What?
I
What?
know. I was like, no.
No way.
That one, surely.
Of all the things.
It's just, the more you know. Reading Rainbow. What actually happened, against all odds and expectations, the Romans actually did capture Syracuse in the end. And it marked the end of the independence of the Greek cities in southern Italy and Sicily. And also Archimedes died.
Yeah, he died in the battle. Weird fact though, apparently he was just like busy in his workshop, writing and doing his things, and then the soldiers came in and he said, go away, come back later, I'm busy.
No.
And then he didn't, and then he died. But that's great. I'm not done my pages.
Really?
A mathematician.
Really screwed that one up.
Through and through. Yeah. Run away, come back later, and then run away.
Although this completely would probably change history, like, right? The Romans, the Greeks would just be like, never mind, or we have a different, like, enemy, this dragon.
Yeah. Maybe the Greeks and the Romans would come together.
Yeah.
To defeat the planes.
Yeah.
And there would never be a third Punic War.
Yeah. Probably.
Man. Eureka. I like the way he says it.
Me too.
My God. We're witnessing history.
I mean, you're technically witnessing history all the time.
You are.
So, he should have enjoyed his moon landing, because that's history to us.
That's pretty big too.
Like,
Battle of
it's a big deal.
Siege of Syracuse, moon landing.
It's because he can't seal the moon, so it's just pointless.
This is your time, que pena, Chiquitito. He needs to be in his work is not done. He needs to go home. There is medicine at home. He cannot die here. He can't.
Did you want him to stay or go back?
Oh, like I totally understand why he would want to stay. He's, you know, like, I'm here. I can sympathize.
Yeah.
But he's dying. I'd be like, get your butt on the plane right now. Also, we know, like, not in this one obviously, but we know that Archimedes dies when they lose the battle. So I'd be like, nah, I'm getting out of here because the Romans are about to siege. No,
That's
thank
true.
you.
Marion.
Hey.
Yay!
I have to say, they did this movie well.
They really did. They brought everyone back. They did all the good tropes, all the traditions. Oh my goodness, we did it. We finished it. I know. There's no more Indiana Jones. I fly home tomorrow. That's it.
For the record, we did do National Treasure.
We did. We need to put it out there. We did do it. We watched it via Zoom, the height of the
COVID,
pandemic.
when I was in Cape Town.
We never filmed the explanation bits, but we did watch it and we did react to it. It's in the archives somewhere. It may never see the light of day.
We'll just have to do it again in the future, in the next visit, the next travel.
So you should subscribe for when we meet again in the same country. We don't know when that's going to happen, but it will.
Basically.
I love you.
Too emotional for the camera. This is
But I think I'm like really proud of us that we pushed through.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed because when
Yeah.
we did the first one, I did not foresee all the other ones that we did.
Yeah.
I especially did not see this
No.
in Hong Kong.
No.
And a pandemic in between.
Not at all.
It's a lot to reflect
Just how life has twisted and turned, and yet we still end up
on. We still did it.
here.
We still did it.
We still did it.
Gotta commend Raven for this.
She's getting
Commend
emotional.
Raven. She works so hard.
So that's it. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Smash the like button, show Jude some love, hit the subscribe button because you never know when she's gonna be back. And as always, stay dirty, my friends.